Couple stinkers last night in Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Double dip of bleep. That's what it was yesterday, because you had a blowout from the Buffalo Bills as they smoked Ryan Tannehill's Tennessee Titans 41-7. Not great, Bob. And then the other game, the Eagles paid easy work of the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins. Oof. He was bad.
Oof.
I know, Tua. He was bad, dude. So, not great, Bob. I don't know what to tell you. It's hard out there for these teams. You got two teams more that are 2-0, and obviously sets up a big time matchup next week. Dolphins and Buffalo Bills. It's an exciting one, Leroy. This is a big time divisional game early in the season. Big test. They look like an absolute monster right now. And if the Dolphins can win this one, business picks up, dude.
Yeah.
Business picks up. You win this game.
I would like to say this. Based on the way Buffalo has rolled through the first 2 weeks, if it's a competitive game, right? I'm like, if it's a back and forth or a defensive battle or whatever, and the Dolphins have an opportunity to win, I think that says a lot about where they are. Doesn't mean they can't win. I'm just saying, you don't want this game to end up being another one of those statistical games where Buffalo just rolled. And if it's not, then you can say, you know what? We can compete with the best in the league, and there's a bright horizon ahead of us.
Yeah, but there's something to the idea of, like, you got to break the streak too, right? Like,
yeah, all that is great. But you don't want your team, you don't want the Dolphins to end up being number 3 in a group of teams that have been dumb trucked to this point. Right?
Yeah.
If the game is close and they have a chance to win at the end,
you're right.
Whatever you get, you can say, you know what?
But
we can compete with these teams.
I'm just nervous, like December game in Buffalo later on in the year. Like, I don't feel great about that. That's always a dicey one.
Why are you worried about December, dude?
Because you got 2 matchups a year against these charlatans. You don't
know what is going to be going on in December.
Oh, I know what's going to happen.
Hell, I still might not have my hand surgery.
I do know it's going to be cold in Buffalo.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tua went to Maryland. I'm not need to get some ice training. Can he go to the Panthers ice den?
Can I just hold on? Let me squash this right now.
What?
Okay. And I'm going to say this, and this is 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
There is no training for the cold.
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
That's not true, dude.
Bull.
Rocky Balboa did it. Just got a point.
Dude.
Thank you.
Yesterday you used cartoons and then no!
Point for Tobin!
Well, he went to Siberia.
Nothing colder than that.
There is nothing colder than that.
And he won.
What if?
Bob
is
telling
from.
I'm telling you, Leroy about to be out.
No,
because I know where you're going.
Just hear him out. No, I think he's got something good.
My guy Sergei Bobrovsky.
No, you don't, Marcos.
No, listen to me. My guy Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah,
he's from Siberia. What if you have a little Tua Bob connection, and he can teach him the ways of the cold?
Who's going to catch the ball? Because Bob ain't.
That's not nice. Why do you have to say that to my guy? Yeah, he was good this year. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. I won't hear that. It was not Bobrovsky's fault. All right? That gutless Huberto. That's why they had to ship him off to Calgary. Freeze your ass up there.
Jeez, the gutless Huberto?
Oh, gutless, dude.
Wow.
I'm a Kachuk guy now. All right?
Yeah.
Spell it.
I know there's a T in there.
There is a T
it starts
in
with a T.
Something.
Listen.
Starts with a T?
Panthers camp. Coming right at you, baby.
I mean, it seems like hockey's played all year round, doesn't it? It really does.
I
Because
love
they
it.
start what? A little bit before they start the end of this month.
I don't know. I know this Kachuk was very happy to be in South Florida as opposed to Calgary.
Oh, yeah.
He seems very happy to be down here. Which, why wouldn't you be? It's beautiful.
Pretty much.
But anyway, Bobrovsky, he teaches Tua the ways of the Colt. You bring Tua to the ice den before a Buffalo Bills game. Throw some passes, all right? Because we already know that Waddle's out there. He's adjusted. He's a Penguin. He's used to the cold, okay? And then you do one-on-one drills.
They played in the same place.
No.
Wait,
He's a Penguin.
So
And then
you make 0 sense right now.
you
Two
have
players from the same school. You're
No.
saying one can play in the cold.
the Penguin. And you know what? You do one-on-one drills. You know who you bring to the ice den? Javon Holland, the snowman.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll call it Tua's Winter Wonderland. Right?
Yep.
I love Christmas.
And dude, it's like a week before Christmas. It's a week before for the Green Bay game, so it's perfect.
Sometimes I sit in this chair and I want to just have at sports and just be a professional, spit some knowledge.
Hmm.
And now we're talking about Tua's Winter Wonderland.
You're right. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Week 3. That's way down the line, week 15. We'll get to it when we get to it. Oh, sexy sauce. Give him a point. Tua's Enchanted Forest. Woo!
Point for Twitcher.
Although it's not cold there.
I love Christmas.
Tua's Enchanted Forest. Tua's.
Every time I took my daughter to that,
Lights and
it was
shows.
like a dust bowl. Then you leave there like covered in soot.
Yeah.
like it was on like just the barest of dirt, which probably is good because you want them those raggedy rides sitting on some firm ground.
I think that's
You don't want to get up and then start shaking.
Oh, I remember the last time I went to Santa's Enchanted Forest. There was a guy doing acrobatic acts with like fire torches that he was juggling, and he needed assistance from the crowd. But this man was from England, and the assistant that he asked for did not speak English.
No.
And so when you're dealing with fire and there's a language barrier,
Yeah.
cause for some issues. They need to pause the show at one point.
Huh. So that's why they moved from that location.
Maybe. I don't know what. There's something to be an OG carny, right?
Yeah.
Like when you are traveling the country doing your carnival act, that's a different kind of people.
Is it the same carnival, but they give it a different name, or do they only do that in Miami?
Why would you say that? Santa's Enchanted Forest is their own kind of carnival.
Yeah. One of one.
One of one, dude.
So they don't travel.
I don't know.
So if you don't travel, are you a carny?
This guy was definitely. I think they bring this guy in, the fire juggler.
This guy fills out a 1099.
They always have a lady with a beard.
Yep.
And I don't know if that is something we should pay money for to see, like, because it's quite frightening.
We come back.
Her testosterone imbalance is off, so she grows hair, and we paying $2 to go see her with a beard.
Wow. Swipe right on that.
Speaking of the Dolphins, I loved it. This was Goosey's galore, dude. So, did you guys see the Peter King piece that he wrote on the Dolphins? Hey, his like little. It's not called the Monday Morning Quarterback anymore. Whatever that version is that he does, his entire recap that he does of the league. He did his week 2 recap, but he spoke to Mike McDaniel after the win outside the team bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mike McDaniel revealed that the turnaround for the Dolphins happened on that 3rd and 10, 48-yard touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. But do you want to know what this play has a name, Leroy? Do you know what it's called?
Oh, isn't it Bleep It?
Yep, the F it play. The F it play.
I need video of him calling that play.
You want it, Mike? You think it's on NFL Films?
You know what I would say that is? 999.
All the way up.
All go routes.
I love it.
That's kind of what that is.
Mike McDaniel told Peter King, quote, "I thought that our guys were defeated, and I understood why. They had high hopes for the game, and the game wasn't starting out our way." Peter King writes, "Then the effort play happened." All right. He says this is a family website, so McDaniel will have to leave a small bit here to the imagination. But the big play of Miami's ridiculous comeback, honestly, is called the effort play. Midway through the fourth quarter, Miami down 14, sputtering. Tagovailoa went incomplete, with the clock under 8 minutes now, and a 3rd and 10 at the Baltimore 48-yard line. And McDaniel says, quote, "So we had a play ready in case things weren't going right or in case of various frustrations. And we installed this play with expletives that the quarterback knows as the effort play. Tua loved the play, and if we really needed to make something happen, that was the play we'd call for."
That means, you take all of your fast guys, you put them on the field, and you have a track meet. And guess what happened? Oops.
They talked about it the night before at the quarterback meeting. Tua knew he liked the opportunity there. He goes 3rd and 12, 3rd and long. I really like the effort play. And apparently it wasn't going well for them in practice, this effort play. But it certainly did. It certainly did this time around, turn around. Mike McDaniel told Peter King on what he told Tua. He says, "I said, the weight should be lifted off your shoulders, man. All you did was do exactly what we talked about. Hopefully for at least a week, you can shut people up of all the people you're trying not to listen to. And I'm hoping Sundays feel different for him now. You need that kind of shock and awe moment for that to happen." That's Goosey's, dude. That, let me tell you something. That's Goosey's.
Here's what I would say, that, and I've always told you this, football is a very negative reinforced sport. And it's one of the few that it's 100% sport. So meaning that like 70% of your job is not good enough. And in any other sport, you're talking about 30, 40% being excellent. So the attitude in which you go about trying to get as close to perfection as possible sometimes is a little different. However, you also have to know your players. And you're talking about a guy that is not very controversial. You're talking about a guy who's not gonna really get in your face, not gonna fight back. So it almost goes on deaf ears. Whereas, say what you want about Mike McDaniel, if there's one thing that he's done in that building with everybody, is that he has a positive environment to where everybody from top to bottom tends to always look at the bright side. And I'm not saying it's going to make your team better, but it gives everybody hope. Tua went to this season probably thinking, is this the way everybody feels about me? And Mike McDaniel changed that to the point where he can just go out and play. He's a part of something. He's not, the guy they're looking to replace. And it's shown by the way he's handled himself on the field this year. I'm not saying it's going to be that way all year, but it's a start. It's a start. Now you got to deal. Here's what you have. Everything is gone pretty good the first couple of weeks. Okay. Now you have to get those theories battle tested, meaning that you're going to have some bumps in the road. You're going to have some struggles. You're going to have some games where you just don't play well. What is Mike McDaniel going to use, and what methods is he going to use to get guys back on track? Because it's a long season. So we'll see. But as of right now, the way everybody feels about Tua. Nobody said all these things about Tua last year because your coach wasn't saying those things about Tua.
No, all he gave us was Tua's our quarterback.
Right.
Thanks.
Right.
Here's Mike McDaniel talking about Tua's game and saying that there was some turnaround that he needed because he started off disgusted with himself.
It kind of makes it tangible what his teammates, myself, the coaching staff have been seeing, this whole offseason. I mean, he took such a step in the right direction yesterday, and threw an interception that he was absolutely disgusted with himself. And in that game, to take the coaching and still press forward it was probably his biggest mistake that he's had all this season. So that makes it that much more real and what it can do for him if he's just worried about playing the next play and not pressing or not being overly hard on himself. So I think the messaging for that and for him,
Yeah. What do you think of that, Leroy?
I mean, I like it. I like it. I think that, look, Mike McDaniel has gone about this like Tua's going to be the quarterback for a long term.
Yeah.
And so when he makes comments like that, he's like, yeah, man, we got a lot of football left. Quit worrying about one play. Let's go. And I think that positivity trickles down to everybody. Because if people see you doing that with the quarterback, then what about when the defense gives up a big play? If that attitude is not like that throughout that whole team, does the defense stop Lamar on the 4th and 1?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is that whole game was played like, damn, I messed up. Let's go out and get it done the next play.
Here's a little bit more. Here's a little bit more of Mike McDaniel on Tua's performance, and the teammates not being that surprised by it.
Real good things. I think deep down he wouldn't ever say it, but I think you have to be kind of delusional not to start be like, hey, 6 touchdowns was pretty good, right? But I think there's also something to the fact that none of his teammates were surprised, which is much more impactful than words. You can feel that when guys are like, they're not like, whoa, dude, where'd that come from? So I think that's great for him. He deserves it. None of it was given at all. He earned every ounce of that, which I know players respect a great deal. So I think that benefits everybody.
Yeah. That would be something, though. Like if somebody came up to Tua and was like, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. That's what the football world is saying, right?
Yeah,
like they're all backtracking.
Oh, they're coming. But this is the thing that's interesting about it, because like, McDaniel and Tyreek Hill especially, we're saying, oh, you guys are liars. You guys are just talking. You're just yapping. You're just out here. And so I think for them too, like, their credibility was questioned about what they were saying about this guy. And so for him to bear fruit to those claims, I think especially for Tyreek Hill definitely took more of the criticism and had a fan base mad at him in Kansas City for what he said, more so than McDaniel, who's kind of just new to the scene for everybody. So, but yeah, people thought that, you're just saying that you're disgruntled Tyreek Hill. Like Tyreek Hill doesn't have the credentials to know. Like he's not one of the best receivers in the league.
Right.
Like he's just some quack.
Right.
He's just some guy.
And keep in mind, he never said Tua was better.
Well,
no, like
I think he means that though.
No, he doesn't mean that. I mean, but you have quarterbacks with different skill sets. But I like the way people go out and take what Tua can do and say it's not good enough to be a good quarterback because of the deficiencies he has. Right after we just finished watching the career of Drew Brees. Right? Like if Drew Brees didn't happen, I could understand you looking around the NFL and saying there's no other guy that fits Tua's skill set that hasn't had success. But especially the guy that coached Drew Brees. And the whole thing with Drew Brees was he doesn't have the strongest of arms.
Right. Super accurate.
You start every conversation with Drew Brees with that.
The thing with that was funny last week was when people were getting on Tua about the not being able to see receivers thing. It's like Drew Brees said he got on his tippy toes at a certain point to see receivers.
But again, we forget that just to make our point. But and especially I'm even more shocked that Sean Payton would say something like that with the exact same quarterback.
Well, you know what? I'm glad this guy's not the Dolphins head coach because apparently,
here we go.
Ever since that onside kick, this guy's been living off an onside kick to talk about his cojones for a long time. But you want to know what they are when you age, dude? They shrivel up. And Sean Payton, he's gone from having grapefruits to almonds.
Is it almonds or almonds?
Whatever, dude. The point is, they've gone from massive.
No.
They've gone from grapefruits to prunes, dude.
You got blatant disregard for the L, right?
They've gone from their almonds. Almonds.
He's got almonds.
He's got almonds. And I don't want to hear it from Sean Payton anymore. All right? The guy's a has-been, and I never wanted him as Dolphins head coach.
Hey, stop lying.
I didn't want him.
You were ushering Tom Brady and Sean Payton onto the boat.
Dude, I never want Tom Brady to even think about being on the Dolphins. I never wanted him on the Dolphins. I don't even like the idea of Tom Brady. Because you want to know something? He's a criminal who is yet to answer for his crimes.
When are you going to answer for your crimes? You stole an L from almonds.
So you say almonds? Almonds?
No.
Almonds? How do you say it? Did I really say it?
I like to.
That's the point, Marcos.
I'd like to review the tape.
Oh, okay. I like to buy an L, Alec.